Hey folks, today's video is I'm going to go over a basic kind of warm-up that I like to do for several of my classes. When I do it with my class, it usually lasts for about 10 to 15 minutes. For sake of this video, I'm going to shorten it up and do each of the exercises a lot less time and shorter distance, and I'll give you an idea of what I would normally do and how long I would normally do it. Before I usually start my warm-up, I have students do about 100 to 200 yards of a nice jog just to get warmed up, and then I'm going to show you what I then follow that with. And then again on these, I'm going to show you about 10 yards worth, and depending on the activity, I normally do between 50 and 75 yards. So here you go. So after the first run, I like to then do about 50 to 75 yards of glute kicks, standing nice and tall, kick the feet up. Again, do that for about 50 to 75 yards. Then I also like to do high knees, same kind of thing, 50 to 75 yards. Doesn't need to be fast, just kind of getting that body moving. Again, do that about 50 to 75 yards roughly. Then I like to do the opposite high kicks, followed by the opposite toe flex, and I do these for about 25 to 30 yards each normally. This is a nice controlled movement. You're not kicking really hard. You're not having to go very fast. And then again, I follow that with the opposite toe flex. Again, nice and slow, nice controlled movement. I then like to follow that with about 50 to 75 yards of skipping. Again, just to kind of get that blood pumping and the muscles moving. And then I also like to do a high skip. Then I like to follow that with some ankle circles. Kind of get the ankles warmed up a little bit. Like to do circles on each side, flex and extend, side to side. Some people write numbers, some people write letters. Some people like to have their toe on the ground. Do this for about 30 seconds, give or take, on each side. I also like to do a hip or a groin stretch. Again, nice, slow movement and control. Then a couple things I like to do for the upper body. And again, those I'm doing longer like I mentioned before. So then I also like to do my shoulder. So nice, hook it right there behind the elbow and just slightly pull. Normally hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then some people like to do 2 on each side. But again, about 20 to 30 seconds on each side. And again, some people like to do 2. After that one, I follow it with the elbow up, pulling back. Again, 20 to 30 seconds. You'll feel that stretch right through here. Again, and then some people like to do 2 on each side. Also like to do some arm circles. I always start with small ones to the front. I usually do about 10 to 15 and then go a little bit bigger. After about 10 to 15 on the medium ones, I go a lot bigger. Again, this is a nice slow movement, nice and controlled. When I'm done with the front, I do about 10 to 15 to the back, nice and small and slow. After that, a little bit bigger, again, about 10 to 15. And then for the last 10 to 15, nice and big. One other thing I like to do is my neck. So on this one, I just go different directions, side to side, small circles, figure eights. Some people like to push just a little on the chin and push back on it. if you do all these exercises I just showed you as a warm-up, and you do them, like I said, a little bit longer, 50 to 75 yards, 30 seconds a piece, 2 to 3 sets, you get yourself a good 10 to 15 warm-up in